Hi Taurus, welcome to Souls Intersect. I have your July of 2016 general reading. These are about 10 minutes this month because I plan to put out a love and relationship reading towards the middle of the month as well. If you're interested in one of my private readings, please email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com. I'll also paste the link to book a reading directly on my website. I also added a section that describes more about my readings. And finally, I'm pasting a link to a sample past life reading that I did in case you're interested in that. Watching that video will give you an idea of what you would receive if you did one of my past life readings. And there's more information on the website about that as well. Okay, let's get started. So an overview for you this month, Taurus, is I'm picking up on a transition, and it's a movement out of something that's felt like a conflict in some way. So this Five of Swords, it could be a literal argument. It could be something with someone else, or it could also be a mental conflict within yourself. I am picking up on some anxiety as I'm beginning this reading. So it's possible that this could also be, for some of you, something that's really been impacting you mentally to the point that it is emotionally draining. And it could also be something for some of you as severe as depression or social anxiety, possibly anxiety attacks. I'm feeling some of that. So we don't have any cups for that emotional aspect of it, but it feels like it would be something more triggered by a mental worry or anxiety. And if that's the case, it's positive that we have this Six of Swords, because that can definitely be about recovery. And that's one of the transitions that I was speaking to. The other one is the Six of Wands, and those two together shows me that there's a strong sense of you being able to move away from something that has felt less than settling for you this month. So this could also be more minor for some of you. It could just be that you've been confused about something, or conflicted in terms of, it could be like a moral conflict, or differences of opinion that weren't a full-fledged argument with someone, and moving out of that towards, and I'm seeing this Nine of Pentacles. It's your element. It's the earth element. And it's a very powerful card, and a very complete card. So it's not the 10, and for me though, it has a lot of the completeness that the 10 offers as well. It just feels a little bit more independent. It feels like you reaching a very peaceful stage. So when I focus on this card, I'm feeling a lot more a settling down of everything I was picking up on from that Five of Swords. For some of you, you could be leaving a relationship. And again, I mentioned I'm going to do the love and relationship readings, so we'll see what comes up in that. But it could also be moving away from something conflicting to do with any area of your life, with work, or something to do with family, or something along those lines. Okay. Seeing both these sixes, the Six of Wands with the fire element, and the Six of Swords with the air element, it feels to me also that the transition is being triggered by not only just a need for change, a need for moving on to those calm waters from these, you can see in the bottom right of the Six of Swords card, there's more waves. And so that's also representing some of that conflict. And so some of the trigger is you just wanting to move on to that more peaceful stage. And again, I'm picking up on mentally. A lot of it is mental. But what's interesting with the Six of Wands is that it also feels like this was triggered by a desire to begin on a new creative path, or spiritual path. So the fire element can represent both. What I'm getting for some of you around that is that an event took place that was something that was designed by your guidance, so by those around you in spirit supporting you. And some of you may have actually gotten some sort of sign, like asked for a sign, I'm getting that, and received it. Like, should I, for example, one example would be, should I leave this relationship? And you asked for a sign and received it, and that's triggering a transition for you, moving away from something. Or just asked for a sign in general about needing help with whatever this conflict is, or if it's more to do with an emotional, like I mentioned, anxiety or depression, asking for help during that time and receiving it from spirit. I do see the character on this Six of Wands right now as your guidance coming in to help you. Possibly even someone who's passed, possibly male, who you speak to at times and ask for signs from, that you're getting help from, and who is also helping you to make this transition. And again, the two sixes together are really powerful. There's a lot of support for you to do this. It almost feels inevitable with them together. Like it's absolutely the time for it, and the movement is probably already underway, or at least the decision has been made. And the sixes also come right after the five, so it's kind of like an evening out and a balancing out of that conflict that you've been facing, either within or without. I want to go back to the Nine of Pentacles again. I really feel this energy of this card is so different. It feels like a stage that you will reach. It may not necessarily be this month. It could be this summer. It could just be later on in this year. The 9 could also be, I'm picking up on September, so something significant with that. But this is a new version of you. It feels like, I'm also getting some health changes, like, and the recovery could also be to do with that Six of Swords. So for some of you, it could be mental health, but it could also be physical health. The colors in this card are just so vibrant and different. And I'm even seeing the fruits and the green, and I'm picking up on a change in diet, so something physical, helping you to get to the stage where you're more vibrant. So if there's anyone experiencing any kind of physical ailment, and that's what's been causing the conflict, I do feel you moving towards recovery in that sense, and the vibrancy in this, so both in terms of the physical and mental, whatever the challenge is, it feels like this is where you're headed, and there's so much health and, again, vibrancy and happiness. I'm just getting a lot of joy from this Nine of Pentacles card. And it being this card of independence as well, it really feels like it's something that you're going to do yourself through decisions that you make. And so for some of you, again, it could be about diet. I'm getting that message. I'm seeing like fruits and vegetables, and even the poultry with this bird. That can also be, of course, about your own vibrancy. It's a bird usually from the peacock family, and it's about recognizing your own inner beauty and letting it shine. And that could apply on the mental or emotional level, but again, I'm really seeing it as physical. It's almost like I'm picking up on eating more of fruits and vegetables and protein. Maybe some of you are deciding to move away from other sugars and bread, for example. And I'm also not a medical professional, but I'm just channeling for you what my guidance is telling me. It feels like if you're thinking about doing that, that could be a really positive move for you. And I'm picking up on exercise too. But it would absolutely be a positive change. I just see you becoming so much more healthy, as you move on through this year, later into the summer, and even starting this month. It almost seems like a 180 from the energy that I was feeling, some of that anxiety when I started out with the reading. Okay, Taurus, I'm going to stop here. Again, if you have any questions, well, you can leave a comment if you'd like, or email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com. Thank you.